Hey, this is the Uke Revolution. I'm Brooke. You're watching a lesson for the Neil Young classic song Heart of Gold. We're going to play in the original key, and we're going to do a lot of little tricks that make it sound just like the original. There's timestamps. Please use the timestamps to tailor this lesson to your own needs. Maybe you don't want to watch the lesson. That's fine. The chords are on the screen if you want to have a look at them while I talk about a couple of business things. One is there is a PDF for this song. It is in the member library, but you can also get it in my online shop instead of joining as a member. You check the caption. There are links to everything. So we're going to learn the chord shapes, chords for each part of the song. Is fairly straightforward, except that there's these little tricky things with rhythm and strum that we're going to learn as well. And then I'll play the whole thing with all the lyrics and the chords on the screen, and you can follow along with me if you like. Okay, so chord shapes: E minor 7, D, E minor. You can leave the G string open on the E minor, C, and G. Real straightforward with chord shapes. We love it. Okay, now it's going to get a little sort of bit trickier. So for each of these parts, I'm going to play it first, and then I'll explain what I did. As we go along, I'll put some strum patterns up as well. So this song is in 4/4. We're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes we will divide it up 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to organize things. And sometimes we'll divide it up 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a with some of the strum patterns we'll see later. So in between all these forward slashes is 4 beats, and we're going to divide them up different ways. So this intro and outro thing is the it's the opening of the song, kind of famous guitar riff. It's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'll do it again: 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let me show you what that strum pattern looks like. I notated it 2 different ways because when these chords come over the lyrics later, it's not going to have all of this strum notation with it. So we have no chord on the 1 and. The E minor 7 comes in down, 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 down on 2 and 3 and 4 and. The D, we strum down on the 1 and the 2, and then the E minor 7, there's 1 down strum on the and of 2. So really slowly counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'll do it again. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when we see this chord progression in the intro riff and the outro, it comes at the end of the song, we can strum it that way. The verse, this is like the most simple part. We have E minor for 2, C for 2, D for 2, and G for 2, and that repeats. So this is the I wanna live, I wanna give. If we just strum down, it'll sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, C, D, G. Bum, 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 ba, da, ba, da, ba. So you can definitely just strum down if you want to make it simple. If you want to make it a little more interesting, we're going to use the subdivided beat strum pattern. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a is how we have to count it, so we can split up the beat more and make it more rhythmic. So this strum is down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, chunk up. And then that repeats. This works well with these chords that have 2 beats, because for each chord, for the most part, we're going to play down, up, chunk up, and then switch chords. Down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. We get to the last chord in the progression, the G, that will get the up, down, chunk up that comes on the very end of 2 and then 3, 4. So I'm going to play this set of chords with this strum pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, chunk up. Down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, chunk up. I wanna live, wanna give. And then the hook. This is the keep me searching for a heart of gold. So let me play it, and then I'll tell you what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep me searching for a heart the first 2 bars, E minor for 4, G for 4, I'm just playing whatever strum pattern. Or you can strum down 4 times, whatever. And then these last 2 bars, each time you see a chord, that's a down strum. So we have C, C, C. We got C on 1 and the and of 2. And then you hold that one. The same rhythm happens in the next bar, but we've got C, C on 1 and then G on the and of 2. And to help me keep that rhythm, I'm patting the uke like this on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, just those C's and G's, those last 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I think that's all of the weird things. So we're ready to look at some chords and lyrics stuff. Let me just give you like a rundown of what's happening before I play the whole thing. So the intro is longish. We've got that 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and D, D, E. That thing happens twice, and then there's a bit of like a harmonica solo, and this has the verse chords. So we're playing the verse chords 3 times, and then we come back to the riff. Then we got a verse and a hook. So you can see here's where there's that C, C, C. After that, there is a harmonica verse. So it's the verse chords, and then there's the riff 1 time. Then we're back to a verse and another hook. And after that, there's another harmonica solo verse. So it's the verse chords 3 times. Now this outro, we're using those intro riff chords, but we're singing with it at the same time. This is pretty much the intro riff. We've got that E minor 7 and D thing. At the end of the line, we're gonna play E minor. If you still wanna play E minor 7 like we do in the intro, it'll sound fine. And that strum thing we do in the intro riff, down, 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 down. It actually follows the lyrics in this section. So if you want, you can strum that way and you're following the lyrics. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Or you can strum with one of those subdivided beat strum patterns. It would sound like this. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Keep me searching and I'm growing old. But it has the same sort of rhythm of changes as the intro riff. We got E minor 7 for 4, D for 2, E minor for 2, essentially. And then on the last line, we've got I've been a miner for a heart of gold. C, C, G. And that's the end. So the E minor is 4, the G is 4, and the C is 4. And then we got that same rhythm like in the hook with the C, C, 2 down strums on 1 and the G comes on the and of 2 to finish the song. Just to let you know what's coming up. And let's hit it. So don't forget, we're doing that 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and on these riff lines, the intro here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and D, D, E, 4, 1. 4, E minor. It's these expressions I never get. They keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. 4. Keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Harmonica verse. Riff. 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and verse. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, across the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line. It keeps me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. It keeps me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Verse again. One more time. You keep me searching for a heart of gold. Keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. Great job, everybody. If you made it to the end of the lesson, you get 5,000 extra points. Can be redeemed at any location for high fives. This location, here's your high five. If you played or sang along or did anything during this lesson joyfully to raise the global vibration, thanks for participating in humanity. And I will see you next time with another lesson or play along. Peace out, everybody. Happy strumming and stay funky. Goodbye. C, D, G. My brain's not working fast enough. 1. Isn't that what it is? Let me see. On the G minor? On the E minor? Kitty, 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 kitty.